How's it going, everybody? Jake Clark here on the Coaches Show. Last one of the regular season with Coach Desmond Wiggins. And, Coach, we're going to take it back to last week. You faced a tough Haddonfield team, but the team seemed to show some spirit and some life. What were some positive things that you got out of that game?
For Haddonfield, I would say, to be honest, I had a real positive conversation even with their coaching staff and just different things. I will say this, too, from the players and just from the standpoint of what I learned. Haddonfield's been established, basically their head coach has been there for 22 years. And so one of the things I really emphasize to the kids is that it's not just you're playing them, you're playing a program that's been established from the ground up for a long period of time. And so, I kind of talked to the kids about that, talked to different ones about that, really understanding what we're trying to keep doing to go forward. Second half, guys still pushed, kept playing, kept climbing. And so, I was inspired by what I saw, but also too, I was inspired by just the ability to be able to start from the ground up and make sure that we build a proper program here.
And then obviously it wasn't going your way on the scoreboard. What were a couple of things that could have went better in that game against the Bulldogs?
Special teams by far, of how we kind of got lackadaisical in those areas too as well. And also too as well, it's just like our blitzes, like we just were not getting there, not tackling. A lot of errors just in certain perspectives. But again, like I said, I'm just trying to get the kids to continue to not look at the name of the front of the jersey and just be prepared to do what you're assigned to do no matter who we're playing.
And you won the point differential in the second half, 8-0 in that game against Haddonfield. What happened at halftime, and what adjustments did you guys make that allowed you guys to come out and compete?
I wouldn't say we made too many different adjustments. I think it was just the differences of them shifting different players around and us shifting different players around because they have pulled a lot of guys too as well. They are getting ready for Group 2 playoffs, and so like I said, I think it's just more of player personnel of shifting and things like that really made a difference.
And now on to this week, you guys have the Maple Shade Wildcats. Yeah. What is the game plan against the Wildcats coming into this week?
So it's an interesting game for me because it's my cousin is the head coach there. So the game plan is not to lose so that I don't have to have or hear different things at family reunions and stuff like that. But I'm excited about the game. I think we're ready to play. The game plan is really just to continue to be sound, do what we have been doing. We got some new faces that are going to be playing too as well. They've been there all season, but we've kind of changed some guys around to see what they look like going into next year and just see how they're going to rush the passer and also play on offense. And we're looking forward to it.
And record-wise, these two teams are very similar. How does playing a comparable opponent on paper motivate the entire team, coaching staff, and the players?
That's good. That's a good point. I think the coaching staff, to be honest, we've approached every game the same way. We're preparing the kids. We're getting ready. I don't think it doesn't do anything really for the coaching staff. I think for the kids, though, it gets their minds in a place of let's really go out here and compete. They compete every week, but I think it's a different going into the game, knowing that they're playing someone comparable, someone who has kind of the same kind of makeup, kind of building a program, things of that nature. And so I think they're ready to rock and roll, and I think they're excited to play.
And within the past couple of weeks, defensively, you guys have looked more sound and disciplined. What are some things that have been going on in practice to help keep guys filling their gaps?
I think that, we've kind of made some adjustments to some of the kids that we have playing, like some of our seniors, some guys like Josiah Lopez, different ones. They've been really locking in into just being okay with us moving them around. And I think them understanding the blitzes even that much better. The more you play, the more you do, the more you practice it, the more comfortable you get with it. And so I feel as though they're getting more comfortable in our scheme, which is going to help a lot of the freshmen, the sophomores, the juniors, come next year. Because again, it's learning a new defensive playbook, learning a new offensive playbook. Those things take time. Even though we had a lot of time throughout the summer, there's nothing like live game action of actually doing it while it's actually happening. And so we're not a team that has 100 players where we can go one-on-ones and twos-on-twos. We have to have guys just kind of mixing in and things of that nature. So I think that basically game time, speed, they're getting adjusted every week and learning what we're really looking for them to do.
And then offensively, you guys seem to click better each and every week as a unit. What's going right in that offensive direction?
Again, same thing. It's just keep learning the scheme, understanding pickups, understanding how teams want to play us. And like I said, just guys knowing their assignment, you know what I mean? Knowing who they're blocking off of what scheme that's coming against us. And then also, like I said, timing with receivers, timing with the quarterback, getting adjusted to one another. So those things have been helping too as well.
And then while I was running my workout on the track on Tuesday, you guys looked like you had a bit of an inner squad going, and there was a lot of intensity in that game between, I believe it was Team Silver and Team Blue. What was that, to get the guys a bit of a fire lit, or just to see some other things?
It was really based upon the fact that it was the last week. And so, talked to the coaches. I said, look, man, we're going to have an inter-team scrimmage, and The kids loved it. Me and Coach Dallas picked teams, and it was great. It was great. They were talking all throughout school and talking all throughout just the entire game. It was a lot of fun. They enjoyed it. But again, I told them too as well, that same fire, that same intensity that you guys brought against each other, let's see that every week, and that's what we're hoping to get today.
And then last question for you, Coach.
Yeah.
For those of us that have never been in a huddle before, what's it like trying to, let's say I'm your quarterback and I have to run in the play. Break down an offensive play call here.
All right, I'll give you guys like a synopsis of an idea of one. So it's interesting because each week, of course, the play calls are the play calls, but it's unique. Well, I'll talk about it first. So let's say we have a play call, and this is not one of our play calls, but it's kind of similar, but it's not. So we'll give you a play call, for example, let's say Atlanta laser rip toss or something like that. So
okay,
we
so
say
Atlanta laser rip toss.
Right, I'm just giving you something like
okay,
that.
yeah.
So for example, let's say if I have Atlanta or I have Arkansas, right? So if I have Atlanta, it might be the same play, but Atlanta would be A gap. So the running back knows he's going A gap. And then basically from Atlanta, we have AL. So in the L would be left side. So that's how you know it's left. For Arkansas, it would be AR, which is A gap right side. So they are knowing basically by the name of its left or right, A gap, by the first two letters or the other letter that's in the play. So those are just kind of idea number one. And then we'll say toss, so they'll know it's toss right or toss left. They'll know who's cracking who's sliding in motion just by the words that we're giving them. So for example, and also too as well, each week the offensive line, when they come up, they're looking at the front. So each one of them know that if it's Atlanta or if it's Arkansas, they'll look at the front. If it's a three-man front, then the center knows, okay, I have the nose guard, the two tackles, based upon where they're lined up at, they'll know who they're blocking. The guards have to know if they have a free release to the linebacker or if they're whipping for a pull. So they'll see all of that pre-snap. So each team we're playing, some teams will give us a 3-front, a 4-front, a 5-front, and the offensive line has to know when they're looking at it pre-snap of who's blocking who before they snap the ball. So that's kind of the easiest way as far as running plays in and out. Most times we have our quarterback run back and forth, or to make it easier because of the time clock, we will have because we have a rotation of running backs that we'll run them in with the new play to kind of help the time too as well. Defensively, we got all signals. So a lot of our calls that we have, all the kids came up with them this year. So that'll make it easier for them to remember it. So we dealt with a lot of DC characters, Marvel characters, and I have different signs that I give them. So I'll give them about two or three different signs for one play. And then I'll yell out, if I see the offense come out something different, typically I'll just check to whatever our base defense is so that we won't get lost and we won't get mixed up. But yeah, it's pretty cool, and it takes time, and that's what it takes time to learn it, adjust to it. Offensive playbook has over 150 plays in it or something like that. Our defensive playbook is, it varies with different week to week. We add different elements to it, so it's pretty cool. It's pretty neat.
I used to think I was a smart football guy until I just heard all that broken down, and that's a whole another level that I cannot comprehend. It's a great thing that I don't have to be in the huddle there and that your guys understand, because I'd be lost.
Absolutely.
And so that'll wrap it up for this edition of the Coach's Corner Show. I'm Jake Clark, joined by head coach Desmond Wiggins. Have a great day, and as always, go Knights.
And welcome to Sterling Channel 19 for a special rendition of football. Tonight we've got Sterling versus Maple Shade in the consolation match. Beautiful Thursday night. Weather's looking great as we got a chance to listen to the coach's show. So Jake was able to talk to Coach Wiggins and take a look at the weather. 72, south-southwest winds, 4 miles an hour. Humidity is 51%. And tonight's forecast is partly cloudy, a beautiful night for some football, some late October football, and we're going to send it down to Jake for the pregame show.
Thanks, guys. It is a wonderful night here for football. Sterling is 1-8 coming into this matchup to Maple Shades 2-7. These teams have never met before in history. Take a look at the offensive matchups here. It's 48 points on the year for Sterling compared to Maple Shades 58. So the offensive battle should be comparable here today. Maple Shade last year was 9-3. This year they're 2-7. They beat Pemberton and New Egypt, who are below them in their division. Sterling's one win comes against Lindenwold. However, Sterling has a couple tough losses to 3 teams inside of the Group 2 playoff that are in the top 5 seeds, them being Haddonfield, Gloucester, and Haddon Heights. And now we're going to send it back up to the guys in the booth.
Thank you, Jake. We're back here in the booth. I'm joined by Kevin Schulz and later on Jake Clark. Schulz, how are you feeling about this game?
Well, it's definitely a game that the kids are amped up for. Obviously, it's a situation where they feel like they're going to be competitive with these guys, and you're dealing with a team that's really in a similar situation. I like listening to coaches' show. Listen to how Coach said they went live. They did an inter scrimmage, did some hitting during the week, and to me, that's a good thing to do and prepare yourself.
Yeah, and you take a look at the 2022 standings for the WJFL Constitution. Camden at the top at 5-0 in the division, 7-1 overall. Haddonfield 3-1. Haddon Heights 6-2 overall. Camden Catholic 2-6. West Stepford 2-7, and Sterling rounding it out at 1-8. Take a look at the WJFL Freedom Division. Cinnaminson at the top at 8-1. Burlington City at 7-2. Bordentown at 3-5. Maple Shade at 2-7. New Egypt at 3-6, and Pemberton at 0-9, rounding out that division. Series history: these two teams have never played, so new faces for both teams. So it should be a great game.
Yeah, no doubt. And again, you know, you looked and saw what the schedules, like what the division was like, and Sterling, for the most part, is not going to have those types of teams next year. They're going to have a more favorable schedule, and you know, you want to finish on a good note, hit the weight room in the off season, and look forward to next year where the kids will be a year older.
So we are about ready for kickoff here. If you're just joining us, I'm Jake Clark. Was down on the sideline, now back in the booth, joined by Mr. Schulz and Connor Strauss. Opening kick is away for Sterling, taking on Maple Shade. Here is Jaden Ollie Ward, makes a cut, still on his feet around the 25, dancing around the 30, and is spun down at about the 32-yard line.
Yeah, and a good run there by Jaden Ollie Ward as we look at the offense. Jathan Chandler, quarterback. James Hall at the tailback. Josiah Lopez, tight end. And the receivers, Jermaine Stewart, Marquise Holloway, and Jaden Ollie Ward. And then in the trenches, you've got John Crawford, Malachi Gould, Liam Crawford, Danny Capobianco, and Denzel Wiggins.
The opening kick is returned by number 3, Jaden Ollie Ward.
And there were some games early on here where you felt like they were going to be competitive. The big problem was they make a lot of mistakes in the first 5 minutes of the game, be it fumbles, missed assignments, and that's something you just can't have tonight.
Yeah, if you're Sterling, you want to try and get settled into this game. You can't let this game kind of get out of control early. You want to get settled into the game and give your team something to build off of late into this game so that you're not...
Tackle for loss there as Kevin Woodruff was the ball carrier. Now we're going to take a look at the defense here for Maple Shade. You see there the linebacker room of DeAndre Ryan Molokai, and Braden Donia, and Nicholas Stanton. Cornerback room is Jordan Wesner and Zach Smith. Safeties being Justice Fennel Drummond and Aaron Wells. And the defensive front, Jaden Hawkins, David Emmert, and Sean Rocky. So 2nd down and 14. It's going to be an option play here for Chandler. Chandler still up on his feet and is brought down. It'll bring up a 3rd and short for the Knights. Nice quarterback run there for Jathan Chandler.
And that's what Jason Chandler gives you, that added dimension of being able to run. You see right here, kind of threw the defense off. They went bit on the handoff right there to the right side. He pulled it out, went around the left side, and didn't have many defenders there. They over-pursued to the ball. Very aggressive defense when you're talking about what Maple Shade brings to the table, especially these first couple plays.
Yeah, and a good read there from Jathan. I think that was a designed handoff play, but he was able to read the defense and keep the ball for himself. So well-run option.
3rd and 1 for the Knights, and that one is stuffed. Nice play there by the Maple Shade defense. Kevin Woodruff on the carry. It's going to bring up a 4th down.
Yeah, and that's a tough play there for Sterling. Got a great run on 2nd down from Jathan Chandler, and then on 3rd down, they lost yards. And it's tough to know what to go to on those 3rd and 1s. They're not the Eagles. They don't have the tush push. But I don't know about that play call.
Offense is staying out there for the 4th and 4. Chandler's in the shotgun. He's got Woodruff to his right, and they're going to fake it to Woodruff. Over the middle, it is incomplete. They were looking for Marquise Holloway on the near side of the field.
Yeah, Holloway had inside position, but the ball was thrown behind him, and we'll see that on the replay here. Great shot from our drone. You see it thrown behind him, but he had inside position. Possibly could have made an interception, but that ball had to be in the numbers.
At the 38-yard line.
So a turnover on downs for the Knights offense to begin this game. And Maple Shade will get their first offensive drive. Again, these two teams have never met before, so the first matchup between these two schools in football. It's going to be a handoff here for Maple Shade, and a tackle for a minimal gain on the carry was Fennel Drummond. Take a look at the Maple Shade offense here. It's going to be Jason Garwood under center at quarterback. Running back room looking like Justice Fennel Drummond and Braden Icondonia. Tight end is Ryan Mulcahy and Lucas Flores and Patrick Ryan. And the offensive line being Nicholas Stanton, Johnny Bolatino, Aaron Wells, Nathan Mendez, and Sean Rocky for Maple Shade.
So a 3 tight end look for Maple Shade on offense. That's something we haven't really seen this season.
Another run play, a flag flies, and a big run that'll get the first down for the Wildcats as it stands currently.
Penalty on the field.
See what the penalty is.
It's going to be a false start on the offense there. Now we're going to take a look at the Knights defense. Starting at quarterback, number 9, Marquise Holloway. Outside linebacker, Jaden Davis. Middle linebacker, Jermaine Stewart. And the wide linebacker being Josiah Lopez. Terrell Lewis also playing linebacker. You got Bub Hall playing the free safety. Jaden Ollie Ward is your other cornerback. And your defensive front of Denzel Wiggins, Renee Camacho, Malachi Gould, and Liam Crawford. So Maple Shade backs up due to the penalty. And Sterling catches a lucky break there. That was a big run for Fennel Drummond.
Yeah, lucky break there. And if you're throwing, you're hoping that kind of slowed down Maple Shade to kind of take them off. And now you can get a good stop here on 2nd down.
So here is Garwood in the shotgun. Fakes this one, fires over the middle, and it is almost intercepted off the hands of Bub Hall. And it'll bring up a 3rd and long.
Well, good job by Sterling with that double blitz, forcing the quarterback to get rid of the ball in a hurry, and it forced them into an errant throw. And right there, almost had Bub Hall holding an interception.
See what you did there, Schulz? Hall hauling in an interception.
That's right. I didn't even mean to do that. Just dumb luck.
So good to have Schulz back on a broadcast. Although we do miss Dan and Brian, it is always nice to have Mr. Schulz here on the air.
Well, you guys have done just an outstanding job this year.
Appreciate that, Schulz. This is Jake and I's last football game as a student.
3rd and 14, Garwood under pressure, and he's going to have to give himself up and go out of bounds.
Yeah, you're seeing a lot of pressure. First you saw it on the previous play with the double blitz up the middle. Now you're going to see it from that left side right there. Or I'm sorry, the right side, and flushing the quarterback out. You do that a couple times, and I think the quarterback's going to be in a position where even if you don't have the blitz, he's going to try to rush things. So I think it's a good way of Sterling trying to get this offense, and especially the quarterback, out of whack early in this game.
Yeah, and a good job from Sterling there to make sure that the quarterback, he didn't take off after he left the pocket on that play. They were able to get to him and make sure he went out of bounds and didn't really get a gain. Nothing to build on for this next play.
Yeah, well, you had great backside pressure, but you also had containment, as to what you were saying there, Connor. It's just an outstanding job from a team defensive standpoint.
A loss of 2 on the previous play will bring up a 4th and 16. Maple Shade, 3 receivers on the far side of the field. Garwood takes the snap and is stopped, and the ball comes out. And Sterling's going to pick it up right at the 50. Getting pressure was number 17, Nate Schwartz.
Yeah, that was Nate Schwartz coming in there on the near side. So Sterling's really shown it all. They had blitzes and penetration from both outside positions, also up the middle. So just a great job, again, continuing to put pressure on the quarterback from Sterling defensively.
Nate Schwartz just not afraid to be great here on this play. Comes in unblocked.
Yeah, and a great hit there from Nate Schwartz, too, kind of rattling the quarterback. And I've talked to quarterbacks. The worst thing is when you start a game and you get rattled on one of the first plays, because it affects how you play the rest of the game. You play more scared. So great job to get to the quarterback early.
Handoff here for Hall. Still up on his feet on the far side of the field. And a big run there on first down for Bub Hall. Will set up a 2nd and manageable here for the Knights.
It's just a great job of feeling your way out there onto the outside and, kind of reading what's there, popping it out, and getting a good gain on first down. And again, we've seen when Sterling's had success this year, and it hasn't been a whole lot of situations offensively, but they get a good first down play, and they got that right there.
2nd and 3 now. They're going to run again. And Hall picks up a first down for the Knights.
Yeah, and Hall has looked really good to start this game on the run side of the ball. He's been able to kind of find the holes on the offense and get through and get a lot of good gains.
Yeah, this is a classic case of Sterling right there, just controlling the line of scrimmage up front and really driving Maple Shade back.
Sterling went up tempo. They give it back to Hall. This time met by Maple Shade for a minimal gain.
Yeah, but a good cut there from Hall to just make something out of nothing there. And the one thing, if he's going to keep running the ball, you got to stress ball security. You're going to have these good drives, as Sterling has had so far on this drive, but you want to make sure that he's holding on to the ball. You don't want any turnovers if you're Sterling in a game like this.
You're just joining us. Last football game here of the season. Sterling taking on Maple Shade. I'm Jake Clark, joined by Connor Strauss and Kevin Schulz. It is now 2nd and 6 for the Knights offense. Chandler makes a cut, has open space. Chandler dancing, and he's into the end zone for a touchdown. What a beautiful cut at the line of scrimmage for Jathan Chandler, and he was off to the races, and the Knights are on the board first, 6-0.
Yeah, and a great play call there from Sterling. They went to the run with Hall a lot, and they go back to Jathan Chandler, who's looked explosive in the run game to start this game off, and he's able to just bring it into the end zone to the crib.
That was just classic acceleration within a running play. You just saw him make the cut, get upfield in a hurry, and there were defenders that kind of had the angle on him, but that was just sheer speed and getting himself to the end zone. Just an outstanding run there by Chandler.
Marquise Holloway to attempt the extra point. Hall holds down the snap. Kick is up and no good. Sterling still leads at 6-0 on the touchdown run by Jathan Chandler. We're going to take another look at this.
Yeah, they faked the pitch to James Hall, and as soon as they did that, Jathan did a great job of fooling the defense, and with his acceleration, he was really off to the races. No one was catching him after that.
Well, when you get a defense like you have from Maple Shade, we said just from the get-go they've been aggressive sometimes you're going to over pursue. You're going to bite on some fakes, and that play call took advantage of that and put Sterling in a good position to get the first touchdown.
Yeah, I think Maple Shade was expecting them to go back on the ground with Hall, as he'd had a lot of good runs on this drive, and a great job from Sterling to pick up that Maple Shade had a target on Hall and switch up the offense and go to Jathan for the touchdown.
Yeah, and sometimes, you know, when you're winning the race around the edge, you're getting to the outside, defensively teams try to get that extra jump, that head start, and I think that had a little bit to do with it right there.
So Sterling on the board first, courtesy of Jathan Chandler on a touchdown run. Now to kick this one away is Amir Atkins.
Yeah, and that's a good drive to see for Sterling to start this game. They've struggled with the run game this year, but a great job on that drive to just kind of stick with the run game, and it paid off.
Ball was bobbled right around the 30. And Maple Shade will set up shop in great field position just outside the 40-yard line. Take a look at the sunset. We had a bit of an earlier start here. A 6 o'clock start. I guess that's because it is a school night.
And guys, it's going to be interesting to see. You know, Maple Shade had that penalty, got in a position where they had to go to their passing game, but on that penalty, you saw they got a 10-yard gain. And I think it'll be interesting to see if they go back to the run, and also to see if Sterling can stop the run.
Yeah, and another thing, it's the last game of the season for both these teams, so you're going to see a little bit extra out of the seniors tonight, knowing that they're playing their last game. You saw with Jathan on that run, you saw it with Bub Hall, and you're going to see them give a little bit extra tonight, as it is their last game.
Good run from the sophomore, Justice Fennel Drummond there on first down. We'll bring up a 2nd and 3. So Garwood takes the snap. He pumps, and that one is batted away. Tipped and incomplete. Getting pressure was Josh Hernandez, so it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Yeah, good job there from Josh Hernandez to bat it down and get pressure for the Sterling team. And it brings up a 3rd down for Maple Shade. And Sterling can really take control of this game with a stop here.
Third and 3 for the Maple Shade Wildcats. Third and 3 for the Wildcats. Man in motion. And whistles.
Penalty on the field.
And a flag was thrown. False start on the offense, so that'll back up Maple Shade an extra 5 yards.
Start against the Wildcats.
Yeah, and Maple Shade, the problem for them so far has been the penalties. They had a false start earlier in the game where they had a great power run, and it got them 20 yards, and that could have been a turning point in the game, but it backed them up, and they turned it over on downs on that play. So if they want to stay in this game, they can't have bad penalties like that.
I would totally agree with that comment.
What was a 3rd and 3 is now a 3rd and 8.
Yeah, and when you play a team of the same caliber as you want to be the smarter team. You don't want to take stupid penalties. You don't want to be the team with more turnovers, because that's how you lose these close games.
Pass over the middle is caught and complete for a big chunk of yardage. On the reception was Lucas Flores, the senior, or excuse me, the sophomore.
Yeah, and that's just the play action pass froze the defensive line, didn't allow the penetration that you saw before. and just went back, took a two-step drop, and unloaded a strike.
40-yard line.
Pitch and catch from Garwood to Flores results in a first down, and now Maple Shade with the ball on the 40. .5:21 remaining here in this first quarter. Snap, screen outside, it's Flores again, still on his feet, and a nice tackle there by Jaden Ollie Ward.
Yeah, and a good tackle there by Jaden Ollie Ward, but pretty good read from Sterling. They read the play. Josiah Lopez was kind of early on that ball, and he could have taken that to the house for a pick six if he read that a little bit better. But a good read from Sterling. They knew exactly what was coming.
Second down and 5.
All in all, a gain of 5 on first down for the Wildcats. And guys, they've diversified their offense a little bit here. They seem to be super strong with the run game, but the pass game is now starting to open up for Maple Shade. We'll see if they go back to the run here on second down. Man in the backfield is Fennel Drummond. And they're going to fake it to him. Now a pass that was incomplete, intended for Ryan Mulcahy.
And again, you saw good coverage from this, good pressure from this near side. Get rid of the ball in a hurry.
Brings up third down.
The ball was coming right there.
Third down now for the Wildcats on Sterling's 35. Sterling brings pressure. It's a run up the middle. Nice run by Fennel Drummond. And depending on where they spot it, it looks like he got the first down.
So it will be a first down for Maple Shade, and a great power run there from number 21. Was able to make the first guy miss. I think that was Malachi Gould who made the original contact. Able to get past him and get the first down.
Yeah, and that's what Sterling has to come up with an answer to stop this run up the middle. We talked about a couple different times that Maple Shade has gotten 8 to 10 yards on that run, and Sterling just hasn't had an answer for it.
6-yard run is good enough for a first down. Here's the snap. They're going to give this one to the man in the backfield. Solid run there for Dylan Canoff.
Number 10, Dylan.
And you see a good job by Sterling initially there to make the stop, but also good backside flow by the linebackers taking care of that cutback.
So this has been a good drive for Maple Shade up to this point. They've chewed a lot of clock. They've had a long drive and really has been wearing out Sterling's defense.
Another run up the middle. That one had me fooled. It was play action and incomplete.
Yeah, I think that faked all of us out here in the booth. Great play action run.
That was...
And the key on that was how the back carried out the fake. But again, you know, semi roll out off of that fake ball that you had a wide open receiver. It was just off the money, and it was a tough one to haul in, and he wasn't able to get it.
Intended target was Joran Wesser. Incomplete pass results in a 3rd and 7.
Yeah, so it's been a pretty good drive for Maple Shade, but one bad play there, and you're looking at a 3rd and 7. So
they're going to give this one to Fennel Drummond, who was stopped for a minimal gain. In there on the tackle was Jaden Davis.
You know, that's great initial penetration there by Davis. He got the back took him for a little bit because hit him up high, but at least he was able to get there and bring him down. That's what we always say. Low man is always going to win. You could be bigger than the guy coming at you, but if he gets lower, he's going to take you back a yard or two. But a good job getting in there by Davis to put Maple Shade in a 4th down. Big
So
play early on here for the Sterling defense.
4th and 4 for the Wildcats. Snap is taken. Sterling gets good pressure, and the ball is out. A nice job there by Jaden Davis. Ball popped out. And while the Wildcats were able to recover, it was 4th down, so Sterling's going to get a turnover on downs there.
Yeah. Sorry there.
Sure, yes, sir.
All right, so yeah, and a great job there from Sterling. A great drive from Maple Shade up to about the 30-yard line of Sterling, and a great job from Sterling to make the adjustments in the drive and make sure that they come up empty on what was a long drive.
And the best part about that was, you know, you're in a position where you see the quarterback holding the ball out there, swat at it like Davis did. And, you know, I always think that, and again, that was a 4th down play, but there's so many opportunities to cause turnovers, to go for the ball.
Penalty on the field.
We've got a penalty on the field now.
So I think it's a sideline warning against Maple Shade. Didn't really see what happened there, but
Two running backs in the backfield here for the Knights. Chandler takes the snap. He's going to give that one to Hall, who was met quickly. Nice play defensively by the Wildcats.
yeah, and I think Maple Shade is kind of realizing how elusive of a back James Hall is. They're all over him now. They've got 2-3 people there to meet him every time he gets the ball, just because they know how explosive he is, and they learned that the hard way on that last drive.
No doubt.
Looked like Aaron Robertson on the tackle for loss. Quick little meeting after the huddle between Chandler and Holloway on this 2nd and 12. Chandler takes the snap. Another give to Hall. Good upfield running, but played well there by Maple Shade. It'll bring up a 3rd down.
And you don't stop Bub Hall by getting one defender out there. Here you see they got a host of defenders out here. And one of the first times they were able to only have Sterling get a reasonable gain on that play to the outside.
The 4-yard carry brings up 3rd down.
You can see, guys, a lot of times when you look at good defense against skilled players, guys who can make people miss in the open field, they just get numbers out there. And that's what you saw in that play.
Yeah, and you kind of wonder, like, if you're Maple Shade, you do film. What do you look for in this Sterling offense that you have to stop? And it's been James Hall and it's been Jathan Chandler all night so far.
Looked like the ball popped out there on that play, but it looks like it'll stick with Sterling. We're going to take another look at this here as the quarter comes to a close. Kevin Woodruff just seemed to bobble that, but fall right on top of it. And we're going to cut to a quick commercial break here. We'll be back after a couple messages.
Man, I really like talking to you.
I want you to hit me as hard as you can.
What? Hitting? Why?
Because, are you gonna hit me or not?
No.
Wrong answer.
Ugh, this is so stupid.
That's more like it.
Ugh, I never said you could hit me. What is that guy fighting? What's your name? You never called. Tyler. Are you from Fight Club? Shh. You're the first one.
And welcome back to Sterling Channel 19. A great shot with our drone of the Philadelphia skyline. After 1 quarter of play, Sterling leads at 6-0 over the Maple Shade Wildcats.
Well, they picked up the lead right now, having the momentum, not only from the touchdown, but also the stop there in 4th down where Maple Shade moved the ball.
Kick was away there, and Maple Shade lucky to just fall on that one after the bobble. And we're going to take a quick trivia question here. Which Sterling staff member played football for Maple Shade High?
Oh, man, that's tough.
I'm going to say it one more time. Which Sterling staff member played football for Maple Shade High?
Schultz?
Let me think about it for a little bit.
I'm gonna think about it. We'll come back to it.
I think it was Schultz.
Nah, I was a Paul Six guy.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Wildcats will begin this
The only reason I remember Schulz went to Paul VI was because every time I'd come with the tie, he'd always ask me if I did it. And he said every day when he had to go to school, he had to tie his own
I
tie.
had to tie my own tie. And on my block, I'm the tie tire for some of the kids who can't tie ties. If their dads can't tie them, I'm the tie tire.
I went to 9 years of private school. I still don't know how to tie a tie. We had the little clip-on ties, so we didn't have to tie them.
That is cheating. Clip-ons are.
Clip-ons are cheating?
Yep.
And so we're going to take a look during this timeout at which Sterling staff member played football for Maple Shade High. I'm just trying to take a guess here at who it could possibly be. And if you're just joining us, I'm Jake Clark, joined by Connor Strauss and Mr. Schulz here, and we're trying to figure out who played football. I'm going to take a guess and go with one of our own coaches, Mr. Carter.
That's a good guess.
Mr. Dallas.
It's definitely wrong. I'm going to go Mr. McPherson. I just got a feeling.
Mr. McPherson.
Mr. McPherson. It was Mr. Diarica.
Did he really? Wow. Our
Number
new
54.
Our new vice principal, Mr. Dorico.
So when you see him in the hallways, you can say, hey, there's big number 54, right? He'll know what you mean. He doesn't look much different.
No.
Right?
He doesn't. So after the Sterling timeout, Maple Shade with 3 receivers to the near side of the field on 1st down. They're going to take the snap, fake, a slant over the middle is broken up. Good coverage there from Jaden Ollie Ward. Intended target was Yorian Wessner.
But another pass behind the receiver right there. That pass across the middle has to be on the numbers.
Yeah, and Sterling's secondary all year has been the highlight of their defense. Every time that any team tries to pass the ball on Sterling, it looks like they're there to meet them, and they've done a really good job of making sure that the other team isn't getting many air yards all season.
Incomplete pass results in a 2nd and 10 for the Wildcats. Second quarter just underway. Here is Garwood. Man in motion. Now a run up the middle. And a gain of about 2 there for the ball carrier, Dylan Knopf.
So you take a look at the replay there. Tried to find the hole in the middle, but there were 3 Sterling defenders right there to meet him. So good job of Sterling to recognize the run and meet him there. Good tackle by Josiah Lopez.
Yeah, that's a classic way of Josiah Lopez coming up, and they call that fill in the hole.
So a gain of 1 there. Brings up a 3rd and 9. Sterling still leading this one 6-0 off the rushing touchdown from quarterback Jathan Chandler. There's the snap, play action, caught over the middle. Oh, bobbled over the middle and dropped by DeAndre Ryan.
A little bit of extracurricular after the play there. Looks like Sterling had a little bit of a late tackle. They got lucky that they didn't get flagged there, because that could have been a flag on Sterling, and that's not what you want. Again, stupid penalties, that's not what you want there.
And there's a ball. I want to catch that with my hands. I don't want it to get in my body because it hit a pad and pop out, and that's exactly what happened. I always say, get your hands out there, catch it with your hands, and bring it in.
Yeah, and I played a couple years of flag football. That's the #1 thing that our coach would stress to us. You never want to catch the ball with your body. You want to catch it with your hands and bring it in with your body.
Yep.
So Maple Shade is going to punt this one away. It looks like snap is over the head of the punter. gets on this one quick and manages to punt this one away. And it takes a Wildcat bounce and is downed right around the 50-yard line.
What an athletic play there from the punter. Bobbles the ball, is able to get it. That could have been a touchback. That could have been a touchdown for Sterling if they were able to get to it. But a good job by the punter to get there and kick that ball away. And he got it pretty far. He got it to the 50-yard line. So,
Yeah. But in any event, Sterling right now has the lead. They're winning the field position battle, getting the ball past the 50-yard line in Maple Shade territory. Or they're at the 50-yard line. I thought they spotted before. But still, great field position.
So the Knights offense starting right at midfield. 1st and 10. Man in motion is Ollie Ward. They're going to roll Chandler out right. He's going to heave it down the field. Flags fly, and it is hauled in. What a catch there by number 9, Marquise Holloway. A big play there for the Knights.
yeah, but we're going to see what the flag is. If you're throwing, you're hoping it's an offsides on.
It looks like clear
Defensive
pass interference on the defense there. Man in coverage was number 5, Jorian Wessner.
Offsetting penalties here.
Offsetting penalties.
You had the pass interference and I believe an illegal man.
Illegal man
Downfield.
downfield, yeah. But either way,
What a
great
grab.
catch there, yeah. If that stayed, that could have been Sterling's highlight of the season. That was a phenomenal all-around play. Just got unlucky with the illegal man downfield.
Offsetting penalties to replay of first down.
And not only-
Sterling is going to replay first down from the 50 because of the offsetting penalties.
You think about that catch, and obviously it's all for naught, but man, what a great job of concentration with a man on your back and with the thought that you've got to catch it and keep your feet in bounds or 1 foot in bounds here in high school.
Yeah, super difficult catch to make there. And he was getting pass interference on him too. So overall, great play there to get that catch.
Chandler fires over the middle of the field, and that one is hauled in by Hernandez. Josh Hernandez with a big catch down the field and a nice first down.
And this goes back to what we were talking about, getting your hands up there, catching the ball with your hands and hauling it in. Wasn't the greatest, tightest spiral, but it got there, brought it in, and that's a big play there by Hernandez.
Yeah, and that's just great from Jathan. You can tell that he was studying the playbook because he knew exactly where his receiver was going on that play. He knew exactly where to put the ball and was able to thread the needle in between 2 defenders and get it right to his receiver.
So a major play for the Knights. It's now another first down. They're going to roll out Chandler on a design run here. Chandler still on his feet. Chandler looks like he's going to take it, and he does. His second touchdown on the ground. And Jathan Chandler puts the Knights up 12-0.
Yeah, and sorry there, Schultz. Great run there from Chandler to get to the outside, cut to the outside, and as soon as he gets any open space, he's off to the races. No one is catching him. Just an explosive player, throwing and running the ball. A great drive there from Jathan Chandler.
And a great job by the right side of the offensive line and the receivers with the kick-out blocks to the outside. Then you saw the linemen come in and seal the linebackers on the inside, and he had a real nice lane. We had a great camera view of that. Great job by our crew.
So the Knights offense going to stay out there and go for 2. They're going to give this one to Hernandez, and well played there by the Wildcats. 3 Wildcat defenders in there on the stop.
So I got the chance before the game to talk to a couple of the Sterling players. Javier Cortez said he's really liking how much this Sterling team has grown so far this season, and he thinks this is going to be a really good game for them. And so far, they've looked like they're playing for each other. It looks like they're playing a great game of football. And it just feels like they've really come together as a team as the season has gone on.
And when we talked to Coach Dez in the coaches show, I think that on Tuesday they ran a bit of an inner squad between two teams that were picked, he said, by himself and Coach Dallas. And they did Team Gray or Team Silver versus Team Blue. And there was so much energy in that game that he said he was hoping it would carry out to this game against Maple Shade. And I think that you're seeing the energy here from the Knights. And there he is, the man of the first half to this point, Jathan Chandler, with 2 rushing touchdowns for the Knights.
Well, to what you were saying, you look at that lane right there, great execution. I think the key to that was obviously Chandler's got some speed, and that first touchdown had a lot to do with his acceleration, finding a hole. But, boy, that was right there. You look at the blocks right here, sealing things out on the inside, kicking out on the outside. And, Jake, to what you were saying about the scrimmage during the week in practice and the energy, that's what they always say. You're going to play the way you practice, and we're definitely seeing that from Sterling here in this first half.
Yeah, you're really seeing a lot of energy from this Sterling team. It feels like they're just playing explosive. They're playing with so much energy. And next TV game will be Saturday, October 28th. It's going to be soccer at Cedar Creek, 11 a.m. kickoff. You can find that live on youtube.com/SterlingTV19. Should be a great game. The boys won 3-0 yesterday, so.
There was a penalty marker down on the field, so it looks like Sterling is going to attempt to do this one over. Just 5 yards back instead of kicking off from the 40. They'll boot this one away from the 35. Kicks away, and it stays on the ground and bobbled there by the Wildcats, and they're just going to fall on it.
Yeah, and Maple Shade hasn't had a lot of ball control. Our next home TV game will be Monday, October 30th, girls soccer versus either number 8 West Stepford or number 9 Collingswood. Girls soccer coming in as the 1 seed in these playoffs. So they'll be home the whole way through, and that's a huge advantage for them.
Well, no doubt about it. And, boy, what an accomplishment by our girls in winning the Coaches Cup, beating, 3 or 4 Group 4 schools, beating Ocean City, the top team in South Jersey in the semifinals, and beating Eastern, one of the top teams in South Jersey in the finals. Just an outstanding job by Sterling, only a Group 2 school, and that's rare that happens in that coaches tournament.
Yeah, and they were all just such fun games to watch. It was really entertaining from kickoff to the last kick, and it was really just fun to watch, and I'm really glad I had the opportunity.
And the ball is taken away by Josh Hernandez, and he's going to score. Defensive touchdown there for the Knights, courtesy to Josh Hernandez.
And this is where you're looking at a young team trying to develop an identity. You know, we talked about how this is the second time we've seen quarterback strip. This time, see the ball, take it, and go the other way. Wow. What a play. What an opportunistic play there by Hernandez.
Yeah, and a great read there from Hernandez on that play, too.
So the offense will elect to go for 2. Here's Chandler. He's going to keep this one. Rolls out to the right. Fires. Caught by Marquise Holloway, and he is in.
What an impressive play there from Jathan Chandler. He escapes the pressure on the run, is able to make a throw. And great throw and a great executed play from Sterling. You see, Maple Shade brought the pressure. They brought the blitz on Chandler, and he was able to get out, find Holloway, and he's able to get into the end zone for 2 points. Great play.
Holloway makes an athletic catch there and fights for the goal line and gets in. 2-point conversion is good. The Knights now lead 20-0 over Maple Shade. We're going to take a look at the defensive touchdown here. Josh Hernandez hits the ball and then stays up in the air. So, guys, I'm not sure if that's ruled as a fumble or an interception. Because the ball touched the ground to start, but then the quarterback got control again and then tried to throw. It was batted out and tipped it right into the hands of Hernandez. I guess that's got to be a pick 6.
You know what? I don't know that he was trying to throw. It looks like he might have been trying to lift it up, put it up in a throwing position, but in any event, it's a touchdown for Sterling, so we'll take it.
Yeah, and we talked about it earlier this game. Whoever had more ball security was going to look like the better team, and so far tonight it has been Sterling.
Yeah.
They've been able to not force or not have any turnovers, and great ball security from Sterling, and they've forced turnovers on Maple Shade, and that's huge in a game like this.
And a good game where obviously not, you really haven't been playing with any type of lead this year, but this is a good chance to learn how to play with the lead and keep the pedal to the metal, keep pushing away and doing all the good things that you did in this first half and carry that into halftime and into the second half.
Yeah, Sterling has looked like a better second half team this season as well, so bringing a lead into halftime would be huge.
So Garwood to come out after the fumble/interception. And a nice stop there. Malachi Gould, the first one in on the stop. Dylan Knopf on the carry. So a 2nd and 8 for the Wildcats. Just under 9 minutes if you're joining us here. I'm Jake Clark, joined by Connor Strauss and Kevin Schulz in the booth. A pump fake there on the screen, and over the middle, incomplete. Intended target was Wessner.
Pass falls incomplete. 3rd down.
Yeah, and we've kind of talked all season about how Sterling's been looking to find their identity, and I think so far this game they've really shown like who they are as a team and what they're going to be in the future. They've looked dominant from the first kick.
Just looked to be a miscommunication there on that play between Garwood and Wessner.
And they're the types of plays that you see a lot from struggling teams. Just two players on, not on the same page.
So 3rd and 8 for the Wildcats. Clock stopped at 8:43. Garwood in the shotgun. Takes the snap. He's looking to throw. Fires over the middle of the field. It's caught for a first down. Nice catch there by Ryan Mulcahy.
And that's another time, and we talked about the previous play where they weren't on the same page, but that middle area of the field was open. They go back to it right there, and that's a strike right on the numbers, and they're able to get a completion. There were other times when the ball was thrown behind the receiver, but they had a receiver open. So that's definitely an area where you have to think moving forward, Maple Shade's going to try to exploit.
So a conversion there for the Wildcats. It'll set them with a fresh set of downs. Garwood, snap is on the ground, and he's lucky to just fall on top of it.
Yeah, and that's really been the problem for Maple Shade so far this game has been their ball security. As every time that they get something going, it feels like they lose the football. Obviously, they had that great drive earlier that resulted in a fumble, and they've just had not good. They haven't had good ball security so far this game, and in a game like this, you really need to have good ball security.
So a loss of 3 on the mishap on the snap there. 2nd and 13. Garwood making some adjustments at the line. Now takes the snap, looking to the far side of the field. There's pressure and a nice sack there for Jaden Davis. Davis blows that one up, and it'll force a 3rd and long.
Yeah, and a perfect read there from Jaden Davis. He knew right away that that was a pass. Comes off the edge, explosive, and is able to make the play. We talked about how they had a lot of energy in practice this week, and it's really shown this game. They're playing with a little bit extra of a spark that we haven't really seen.
3rd and very long. We'll call it 19 here in the booth for Maple Shade. And offensively, guys, they just don't seem to be on the same page.
Really playing like a team that only has a couple wins, and Sterling is definitely playing on a team like, and we've talked about at length, that's practiced very well this week, and they're carrying it into this game.
Yeah, and they say you play how you practice, and Sterling is definitely doing just that right now.
And the last time Sterling scored more than 20 was October 8th in 2021, where they scored 73 points against the Lindenwold Lions.
Wow. That's a lot of points.
That is well over 20, but it's been a long time since they've overcome that 20-plus mark. It's been 2 years. That would be a huge feat for this team. After the penalty, it's 3rd and 24. Garwood takes the snap. They're going to run a reverse play here. Got some open field. Nice blocking up the field. There's a flag flying.
And a great run there from Maple Shade. That was a great design play. They were able to fool Sterling's defense. That was number 5, Westner, or number 7, Mulcahy. But I do think that is coming back on a hold. But overall, great run there from Maple Shade to kind of fool Sterling's defense, which thought that was run with someone else the whole way.
A little bit of trickery there. But they will get the hold against the Wildcats. We're going to take another look at it.
So you take a look here. He's able to get to the outside, cross field, but that's going to come back on the hold, and you can see it right there. It's on number 2, DeAndre Ryan.
And that's a no-no. You know, you never want to get caught for holding penalty, but especially when you're 10 to 12 yards downfield and, you know, the run has already produced that much yardage.
Yeah, and that's going to be a tough talk for him when he gets back to the sideline with his coach.
But a good, you know, one of those good coaching sessions, good learning moment here, there, teaching point.
Yeah, Ryan only a junior, so will be a good teaching point for him.
So a 3rd and 24 has now become a 3rd and 34 for the Maple Shade Wildcats. They've just been going in the wrong direction on this drive with a couple of costly penalties. The ball now spotted on their own 41.
Yeah, and Maple Shade still a rebuilding program. They only have 6 seniors listed on their roster, so they're still a young team. And I think that's why you're seeing them make a lot of mistakes. They're still a very young team that has a lot to build on.
Off the hands of DeAndre Ryan, so it'll bring up a 4th and very long.
So you take another look at it here. Sterling brings the pressure, and a great job there to just bring the pressure, giving the quarterback no time to get that ball off. They really haven't let him get comfortable in this game at all, and it all started with that fumble early in the game, and he's kind of, ever since then, it looks like he's been uncomfortable in the pocket. Yeah. So big credit to Sterling's defense for that.
And he's had some off throws. That one the back probably should have had, but again, you had strong defenders there to make a play, even if he had caught it.
Punt is away, and we'll take a Wildcat bounce, and is downed right around the 32-yard line.
I'll tell you what, Jake, their Maple Shade punter has looked really good.
And you can follow us on Twitter or now X at SterlingTV19. A lot of great content, including clips and highlights from this game and others. You're going to want to check it out with girls and boys playoff soccer underway. Check it out at SterlingTV19 on Twitter. So the Sterling offense now back out on the field. Ball on the 33-yard line. 2 backs in the backfield being Woodruff and Hall. Chandler takes the snap. He's going to give it to Hall on the near side of the field. Nice block by Kevin Woodruff to get Hall a couple extra yards.
Yeah, good block there from Kevin Woodruff. And that could have been no gain there, or maybe just a short gain, but Woodruff able to get that block and let Hall get to the outside for a pretty good gain.
Good job by Bub Hall lowering that shoulder. And sometimes you have backs that not only take hits, but they deliver hits, and that's what you saw right there.
Yeah, we're going to take another look and look at the block there on the outside from Woodruff. Gain of 5 on that last play. Clock is still running down. 4:10 now left in this first half of action. and a timeout needing to be used by the Knights. That's their second timeout, and it looked like miscommunication there. And when we were on the coaches show, I had Coach Desmond Wiggins run through a bit of a mock play, just one play, and there are so many different complications to it. I even said on the show, I thought I was a smart guy until I heard that broken down, and it didn't even really make a ton of sense to me. But so obviously some miscommunication, but the football IQ of all of these players, if we take a look at our next TV game, it'll be Saturday, October 28th. It's going to be soccer at Cedar Creek. You can get it live on youtube.com/SterlingTV19. Kickoff is set for around 11 a.m. The amount of football IQ that these players have to have for all 11 guys out there to be in sync and have that play memorized is astounding to me, especially that I have never been in a huddle. It is tremendous that those guys know what's going on.
Yeah, it's nothing like Madden at all. As you take a look at our next home TV game, it's going to be Monday, October 30th, girls soccer versus either West Stepford or number 9 Collingswood. I'll be live on youtube.com/SterlingTV19. And yeah, it's crazy how much goes into just one play call in football. There's so many moving parts, and it's really impressive to see how much football knowledge these players have.
Good run as it stands will be stopped in Wildcat territory. There is a penalty marker on the field. And it was thrown late, which leads me to believe it's a hold. And it looks like this run is coming back.
But yeah, Sterling, especially this game, has looked really good in the running game. And you've seen earlier in the season, they kind of, against better teams, they've had to pass the ball more. And it's really good to see the run game work perfectly for Sterling up to this point.
The offensive line is definitely one up front for the Knights. But that was a costly penalty there. That'll back them up.
Ball will be placed at the 27-yard line.
So now a 2nd and 15 from the 27.
Second down and 15.
Woodruff is in the backfield with Chandler. Man in motion. They're going to give it to him. Nice blocking up the field, still on his feet. And a big run there, still on his feet now. Flag flies and taken down inside Maple Shade territory. Again, a penalty marker on the field.
Man, that has the look of another illegal block downfield. That's the second time we've seen that in the last couple plays. And again, you know, that's a good film moment, teaching moment for these young kids, because down the road, if you have a tight game and that happens, it can be the difference between winning and losing.
And
oh, my mistake. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought for sure there was an illegal
I thought
block.
so too, Schultz.
Yes, yep. So.
Listen, we'll take it.
We are glad to stand corrected.
That was tough to see. It was a quick one. But, again, we'll take it.
Handoff is to number 18, Justice Gamble, to the far side.
And that was Justice Gamble on the carry there.
Yeah, I think there was a face mask there.
Official looked to have made the correct call, and a big run there for the Silver Knights. Snap is taken. Chandler drops back, fires down the field, and that one is hauled in, but they call it incomplete.
I want to take another look at that. I thought for sure Gamble was able to haul that in.
So we're taking a look and really slowing this one down here. Does he use the ground to catch this one?
Yeah,
yeah,
Looks like he does. And the
great
official
call
was
by
right
the
there.
official.
Yeah, great job by our Channel 19 crew. Always on the spot, giving us those outstanding replays.
And a great job by the official to make the right call on that play. And that's a tough call to make in real time. But
don't
he's
have
able
the
to make the
replay
right call.
either.
And they don't have replay
No.
review either, so they have to make the right call. They can't go back and look at it like we can.
So the almost catch, so close, but it'll bring up a 2nd and 10 off the incompletion. Chandler still has it, rolls out right, in some trouble. Dancing around the middle of the field. He's still on his feet, racing, and stumbles and makes something out of nothing there. Jathan Chandler looked like a magician there on that play.
What a play there from Jathan Chandler. The pressure's on him right away, and instead of throwing it out of bounds and giving up on the play, he's able to run out of the pressure and find the open areas and get a great gain and just a phenomenal all-around play there from Jathan Chandler.
And he probably could have had a couple more yards if he wasn't tripped up towards the end of this play.
Well, once you evade the 3 defenders, then suddenly you got numbers in your favor right there. See all those Sterling bodies right there? And he's able to pick up a nice gain.
Almost getting the first down. Definitely ran more than 7 yards, but a gain of 7. And now sets up a 3rd and 3. Hall in motion. They're going to give it to Hall. Nice blocking on the outside of the field. Hall still on his feet. He's still up, and a nice tackle there, but it'll set the Knights up with a 1st and goal situation.
Yeah, and Sterling in the run game has just looked phenomenal all night, and they've really won in the trenches as well. As you saw with their first win over Lindenwold, they dominated the trenches all game, and it just shows how important it is to win up front in football.
Silver Knights with a 1st and goal situation.
We're going to take another look at this. The blocking on the outside really gives Hall the space that he needs. And that was a touchdown-saving tackle in open space for Maple Shade.
Yeah, that was Josiah Lopez with the block, doing a good job staying with his man.
So a 1st and goal. And Chandler keeps it. And waiting for a signal. And they've got him in. So another rushing touchdown, his 3rd of the half. Jathan Chandler. And he's running all over Maple Shade.
He just looks phenomenal all day, on the ground, in the air, and just another great play there from Jathan Chandler brings it into the end zone. And that's a tough play to make. He had to dive to get into the end zone. But a good job not only to get into the end zone on the dive, but hold on to the ball. You see teams a lot on that dive into the end zone, fumble the ball, but great ball security, and Sterling has just looked phenomenal all half.
Another 2-point try for the Knights offense. They converted on the last one. They're going to give this one to Hall, and Hall is in. Another 2-point conversion is completed, and the Knights lead this one 28-0.
And guys, I remember us talking with about 7 or 8 minutes left when they scored, make it 20-0. Sterling's got to keep the pedal to the metal, finish this game out, learn how to play with the lead, and they've done just that. And finishing out this first half with 1:56 left.
And for the first time since 2021, 2 years since this Knights offense has scored over 20 points in a game, that is a major milestone for this rebuilding program.
Yeah. And the last time it happened, I know you remember, Jake, the Trey Potts era of Sterling football. Great time for Sterling, and this brings up a new era of football, and they've just looked so great this game, and it's really been impressive to see how they've come together all season as a team.
And you see the guys like Chandler and Bub Hall seniors, obviously they're not going to be here next year, but some of their contributions can go a long way, especially in this game, because we said this game could be a springboard for the offseason and then what they're able to carry in the next season.
Yeah, and it just shows how much this team's come together, and it just shows how much better they've gotten over the season. And their trench work, especially in this game, has just been phenomenal. They've had a lot of O-line changes throughout the season, but it looks like they've really found their identity up front, and it's really letting the run game take off.
Jathan Chandler with 3 touchdowns for the Knights, all on the ground. And Sterling with a scoop and score / pick 6. That's for you to decide. They still lead at 28-0. And nice job by the Knights special teams. They rallied to get to Ryan very quickly. And you can find us on Facebook at Sterling TV 19. A lot of Castle connections and things going on around the school. We post a lot of highlights to our Facebook page, about 3 highlights for every major play that happens in a game, and you can check it out there on Facebook at Sterling TV 19.
Yeah, and Facebook tends to be the quickest to get those highlights up. So make sure you're following the Facebook. If you aren't able to tune into the game, you can catch the updates on the score and the highlights on Facebook.
38-yard line.
So Sterling has played a sound game on both sides of the ball, and the scoreboard reflects that. The Wildcats back out on offense. It's going to be a run and met quickly. Nice tackle there by John Crawford.
And that's a great job. You know, we've seen a couple different plays. I know Josiah Lopez did a good job of filling the hole. You're seeing Crawford coming right in there, filling the hole, lowering the shoulder, using the lower part of his body to drive through the back. That's just a great fundamental play there by Crawford.
Yeah, John Crawford, kind of an unsung hero on this Sterling team, especially on the D-line and on the O-line, but he's been great, and it kind of goes unnoticed, but a great tackle there from him.
Maple Shade going to try and pass here, and this one's complete over the middle of the field and will be short of a first down.
And correct me if I'm wrong, Jake, but I think that's the first completion that Maple Shade has gotten all night.
I believe they've had a couple in that first quarter.
That's my bad. That's on me. But Sterling's secondaries look so good that it's tough to pick up when Maple Shade is completing the ball, just because Sterling's secondary has done a great job of locking them down.
But in any event, they're trying to exploit, like you said, that middle area of the field.
Clock is still running. Wildcats get the snap off quick. Pitch and catch to the outside of the field.
Down goes the yard marker.
And I got to think, you know, this could be a different game if they had completed some of those passes across the middle, whether they were drops or passes thrown behind the receiver or miscommunication. There's probably 4 or 5 times where they could have kept drives going, maybe not be ahead in this game, but be a little bit closer. It's been a big part of what Maple Shade hasn't been able to do on the offensive side of the ball.
Yeah, and a good job from Sterling to make them kind of throw to the outside, because that's a lot of, for a quarterback, it's a lot more arm power to be able to have to throw to the outside. You're looking at maybe a 30-yard pass turns into a 40-yard pass if you're throwing across the field. So great job to kind of, especially with a younger quarterback, to kind of make him use all of his arm power to get the ball on the side of the field.
Garwood drops back to pass. He's looking, and that one is intercepted over the middle of the field. Amir Atkins with the interception. He's still on his feet, racing at the 30. Still on his feet at the 20, at the 10, at the 5. Pick 6 for Sterling. Amir Atkins with a pick 6. And the Knights with a momentum shifter, or excuse me, a big momentum play going in to the half.
Amir Atkins with a great read on that ball, and then able to take it about 60 yards to the crib on the way back. Able to get blockers, get to the outside, pick 6 for Sterling, and they're taking at least a 34-0 lead into halftime.
And I'll point back to what they said about the week in practice, that how aggressive they were. And you saw that aggressiveness once Atkins got the ball. They went into blocking mode, had a lot of blockers in front of them. They didn't just want to get possession. They wanted to take it to the house as a team. And you know, you had the good blocks in front of them, and Amir Atkins carried it to the house.
Sterling electing to go for 2, trying to make it a 36.
Yeah, it's ironic, you know, what's happened to us with having a running clock, or happened against us, you could say. Now we're going to possibly do that with the other team if we get another score. Right, 1 point away from that happening.
So miscommunication there for the Knights on that 2-point attempt. Sterling is elected to burn their last timeout of the half to try and go for 2.
And the running clock rule is 35 or more, and it becomes a running clock. Did any of you guys think we would be up 34-0 at the half?
I did not.
Same
If I'm
here.
If I'm being
Neither. They've just
100% transparent with you, I did not, Mr. Schulz.
Okay.
They have played tremendous in all aspects of the game here tonight, and the scoreboard definitely shows that.
Yeah, Jake and I were talking before the game about how we hope it's a really competitive game. It comes down to the wire. I don't think any of us expected this, but Sterling's just played a phenomenal ball game all day, or all night, excuse me.
After the timeout, back out now is the Knights offense. Chandler motions Hall to the other side. He's going to give it to Hall, and the blocking is there, and Sterling goes up 36-0 into the half. The Knights with a commanding lead.
And going into halftime, the Knights extend their lead over the Wildcats 36.
What a first half there for the Knights, and we are going to take a break here for halftime. We'll be right back after the halftime break.
Where's your ID?
You're late. Put your hood down.
Where's your ID?
And you have your backpack on.
Have a great day, guys. Have a great day. Thanks for being so kind. Have a great day, guys.
He's so nice! Oh my gosh, it's so annoying. You're trash! I'm gonna have to take matters into my own hands. There it is! My God! Holy moly! Magnum! It's beautiful.
Moral of the story, always be nice.
Where were you? You were supposed to meet me at my locker.
I had to get my books.
Let's go.
Where are we going?
Don't worry about it.
guys want us to just skip class and mess around?
But you haven't heard the rumors about the hallway predator?
Those things are just made up. Teachers just want to scare us to go back to class.
All right, bro.
I told you guys it's not real.
Yo, he's not even scary.
Who even is this dude?
Don't linger in the hallways.
Look at this door. You can't open the locker. Look at the shoes he's wearing. Go up to him and call him dumb and useless. Bet, I will. Yeah, you better.
Hey man, do you need help opening your locker?
Yeah, thank you. Thanks.
No problem. Nice shoes.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hey man, are you okay? No man, this dude keeps bullying me. Here, try this out. What is it? This is stopper. You can report people that bully. Thank you, man.
Hey dude, you ready for this test?
Yeah, man, I spent all night studying on my computer.
All right, guys, the test is in your laptop.
All right, let's do this. Oh no. Oh no, I forgot to charge my computer. Yo, do you have a charger?
Nah, sorry dude.
Watch where you're going, big dog.
All right, everybody, it's time to put the phones away as we get started for class today. AJ, I told you to get off the phone.
Okay, I'll put it away. Gosh.
Yo, you should put your phone away. You can get sent down to the principal's office and get it taken.
AJ, how many times I have to tell you, stay off your phone? Get down to the vice principal's office.
Watch where you're going, pal.
Oh, wait a minute.
What?
Guys, this has to stop. 8% of high schoolers have bought on school property. It isn't cool. This ain't no fight club. We have to change.
Dude, are you kidding? Pictures.
Sean, what are you doing? Go to Redmond's office.
Hey, have a good day working.
Senior, I noticed there's a lot of seniors with you.
Oh, he's in my senior experience class.
What's senior experience?
Yeah, Justin, senior experience is a great opportunity for seniors to gain work experience during the school day while earning income in any career of their interest.
Wow, that sounds really cool. What jobs qualify for this?
Any non-hazardous jobs qualify. There are really two types of students that take senior experience. Those that want experience in a career that interests them and they are able to build their resume. Then there are those who want to gain workplace skills and earn as much money as possible while building skills for the future.
That sounds interesting. How can I sign up?
Hey, come see me anytime or go talk to your guidance counselor.
All right, thank you.
Hey man, where you going?
Yo, what the heck, bro? What the heck? Yo, man, chill. Chill. Yo, bro, chill.
You okay, dude?
Yeah, I'll be alright. I don't know why I did that.
Sorry for pushing you around, man. That was really messed up.
It's alright, bro. Just don't do it again.
Welcome back to Sterling High School. Sterling leads this one 36-0 over the Maple Shade Wildcats. A tremendous first half from the Sterling Knights, and we're going to take a look at some of the highlights from that first half for Sterling. Here's the interception return for the touchdown from Amir Atkins that ended that first half. Huge run for the freshman.
Yeah, just getting a lot of early momentum and just snowballing it into what they were eventually able to do in that half. You see all the interception, and right here, see them just get in there.
Jathan Chandler extending the ball over the goal line. Here is Josh Hernandez with the defensive touchdown.
That was the
And I've
strip.
decided I'm going to call it the scoop and score.
Okay. Strip scoop.
Wasn't much scooping. He sort of just caught it out of the air. There's another touchdown from Jathan Chandler. He had 3 on the ground in that first half.
Yeah, great play call, but boy, what acceleration by Chandler and just going off the upside and blowing off to the right side and just blowing by everyone.
Yeah, and I don't think there's any denying that that's the best half Sterling has played all season. They looked explosive on the offensive side of the ball, and their defense looked great.
And it's ironic that, you know, Sterling played some teams where they made a lot of mistakes early on, and it snowballed against them. Here you saw Maple Shade make some similar mistakes, have the penalties, they had the strip against them, and give credit to Sterling. They took advantage of it and just absolutely dominated in that first half.
And so if you're just joining us, I'm Jake Clark, joined by Connor Strauss and Mr. Schulz, and it's been a fun one here, Mr. Schulz. Great first half.
Long time in coming, and I just keep thinking back to the coaches talk about the intensity, and this week in practice, the scrimmage they had against one another, against each other, an inter-squad scrimmage, and that energy definitely carried over in the first half of this game.
And so the clock will be running to begin this second half. It's the first time all season that Sterling is the one with the lead when the clock is running. Definitely interesting to see there.
And like we said, you know, Sterling definitely did a lot of great things, but Maple Shade got off on the wrong foot with the penalties. A couple missed throws behind receivers, but great penetration from Sterling and great job putting pressure on the quarterback in that first half.
So Maple
Camacho
Shade will start with the ball.
Boots this one away. It's picked up by Ryan. Stumbled for a second, still on his feet. Still racing on the far side of the field, and a big hit on that far side of the field. And that was Camacho there on the sideline. The guy who kicked it off comes over with a big hit. Wow.
Yeah, and that just shows how the momentum factor has been all night. Anytime that Maple Shade gets something going, Sterling just responds and gets that momentum right back. And that big hit is going to give Sterling some momentum.
And we will have a running clock in this second half. Anytime you have more than a 35-point lead, you get that running clock, and Sterling knows about the running clock all too well. He's had a lot of these games where that's worked against him.
And you see there that was DeAndre Ryan down on the sideline. He was shaken up. And here's a trivia question. What was the original name of Sterling High School? What was the original name of Sterling High?
Boy.
And I'm going to have to go. We're in the Summerdale, Hynella area. I'm just going to go with the basic answer being Summerdale High School. Very basic, probably not right, but it's a start for you guys to bridge off of.
And I'll go Stratford High School.
Stratford High School.
Boy, I don't even have a guess. I thought it was always Sterling High.
I thought so too.
And the answer is coming in. Central Camden County Regional High School. Would have never guessed it.
For how many years was that, Mr. K?
He's saying for the first couple years that was the name of what is now Sterling High School. And Maple Shade is back out on offense. And the ball is out. Hernandez was there to poke it free, but the Wildcats fall on top of it. Garwood dropped back, and a nice job by Josh Hernandez, who had the scoop and score earlier.
Fumble on the play.
Well, if there's one thing you want to make sure you do with this Sterling team that's put a lot of pressure on the quarterback and has gone for the strips, you want to make sure you take care of the ball. I think that was just a case of the QB not taking care of the ball and just being careless with it. See, it just dropped right out of there.
Yeah, ball security's been the issue for Maple Shade this game, and it's shown there, but a good job by Maple Shade to recover the ball.
So now a 2nd and 19 after the miscue. Garwood drops back again. He's going to dump it over the middle of the field, and that one was incomplete.
Pass falls incomplete. 3rd down.
Again, seems like another miscommunication here. Or actually just led the intended receiver, Mason Simon.
In another situation where the quarterback and the receiver really weren't on the same page.
So now a 3rd and 19. Garwood making some adjustments at the line. He's going to look, and that one was a wobbly pass there, was intended for Zach Smith.
4th down.
Not sure. It looked like some pressure there.
Yeah, and that played a big part in that throw because you could see he kind of curled back and really didn't get the lower part of his body into that throw.
Pressure.
He was sensing the pressure.
Pressure came in from Amir Atkins, number 19 on the play, and 4th and 19.
Yeah, good job by Sterling to keep the pressure in the second half, not giving their quarterback any time to throw the ball, and still not getting settled into this game at all.
So a solid punt there. That one is taken around the 45 by Bub Hall, makes a move, and a good return there for the Knights. They'll set up shop in Wildcat territory. Clock is still running here now. 8 minutes remaining in this 3rd quarter. And Sterling has been dominant in all aspects of the game, offensively, defensively. And when we talked to Coach Desmond Wiggins on the Coaches Show, he talked about that the special teams needed to step up from last week. I think that the special teams have stepped up as well. In all facets of the game, they're playing phenomenal here tonight. Handoff, it goes to Woodruff. Stopped for a minimal gain.
Yeah, and as you were saying, Jake, special teams is such an important part of the game that kind of goes unnoticed. You've seen a lot of times in the NFL, you see teams with a lot of good offense, a lot of good defense, but they lose games because of their special teams. So it's really important that you have a solid special teams that can help you win those games.
And look at the Super Bowl last year, the big special teams play against us. That was one of the big reasons why we lost the game.
That hurt to hear, Mr. Schultz. 2nd down, they give it to Hall. And he is stopped for a minimal gain. Sterling trying to get the run game going with some of their running backs. Somebody other than Jathan Chandler, who's been tremendous here today. 3 touchdowns on the ground. And has had some magician-esque runs just making defenders miss.
Mm-hmm. But getting back to what you were saying about special teams, I think, you usually have younger guys on special teams, guys who aren't starters, but I think you need to mix in a few veterans, older guys in there, just as leaders out there, just to kind of, show the younger guys how you do it. You see that in the NFL. You see guys who are career special teams guys.
3rd and 7 off play action. Chandler on the near side of the field. That one is caught! What a catch by Marquise Holloway!
What an impressive play there from Marquise Holloway. Getting over the defender, catching it on his head. Just a phenomenal all-out play. And I think the most impressive part of that play was him staying in bounds.
Yeah, you can have, as a receiver, speed. You can have great hands. But I think the thing that really completes you as a receiver is just your ability to get these one-on-one balls and know how to position yourself in relation to the defensive back. And boy, Holloway did a great job of that. And Connor, you said it, he also did a great job keeping his feet in bounds. And we've seen that from him a couple different times tonight.
Yeah, just a toe tap all the way into the end zone for Marquise Holloway. And a great throw there from Chandler, too. That's a tough throw to make down the sideline, and he was able to place that perfectly for Holloway.
2-point conversion is a handoff to Woodruff, and he is in. So 44-0, the Knights lead over the Wildcats off of the throw and the catch by Marquise Holloway from Jathan Chandler. And Chandler had a clean pocket and delivered an absolute strike down the field to Holloway.
And got 2 feet in. You only need 1 for high school, but got both feet in there. I'm always amazed at how some of the NFL guys can get 2 feet in. You watch a play in fast time, and you're thinking there's no way he got both feet in.
We're going to take one more look at this, and look at how clean the pocket is. The offensive line gives him so much time to throw this ball down the field. And Marquise Holloway making a top 10-esque catch there. What a throw, what a catch, what a night it has been here for Sterling.
Just what a phenomenal catch there from Marquise Holloway. Some elite ball placement there from Jathan Chandler.
So Sterling with a huge lead. It's 44-0. Camacho to kick this one off. Sends it back into play. Scooped up around the 30-yard line. Nice move, and the Wildcats will start at about the 39-yard line.
And the Wildcats will begin this drive.
Well, you hope all these kids stick with the team, get in the weight room in the off season, get a year older, year better, and gain from, it's been a tough year, but gain from the experience of going through a tough year, of playing some tough teams. And Jake, you mentioned, you had a great point halftime, that Sterling, if you look at their schedules as opposed to Maple Shade's schedule, Sterling's a team that's been battle tested and has faced some of the top Group 2 teams in South Jersey. And they're definitely reaping the rewards of that tonight.
Yeah, we have it here on the sheet. Sterling has played 3 top 5 seeds in Group 2, those teams being Haddonfield, Gloucester, and Haddon Heights. Haddonfield is the 2 seed, Gloucester is the 3 seed, and Haddon Heights is the 5 seed. So Sterling has had a tough schedule, along with playing Camden, who's at the top of their division. And they played a very, very fundamentally sound Seneca team early in the season.
Yeah, you can't count them out. They were in the Group 3 championship game last year and had 10 out of their 11 starters back.
Yeah, battle tested, and they have, that really helps in games like this. When you play those tougher teams, it really helps when you play some lesser teams, and it's impressive to see how Sterling has played tonight.
Big run, but a flag down late towards the end of the play. On the carry there was Mason Simon, the freshman. So we're waiting on the call from the official. It will be a hold against Maple Shade. And this is something that we used to talk about in some of the tougher games for Sterling, is Sterling would move the ball, but there would always be a penalty to bring it back.
Yeah.
Sterling has played very fundamentally sound here tonight, and Maple Shade has had a lot of penalties that have cost them a couple yards.
And as we said earlier in this game, that a lot of the things that have hurt Maple Shade, you said the penalties, the turnovers, not connecting on open receivers. That's what always hurts Sterling throughout the year.
So a run there, stopped for about a yard.
Yeah, and a good job there from Sterling to get that tackle, because if they didn't get that original tackle, he could have been off to the races well-designed play from Maple Shade, but an even better job from Sterling to get that tackle.
And a nice job to contain the running lane there. On the carry was Mason Simon, who looks like he'll be taking over the running back duties for the Wildcats tonight. The starter, Justice Fennell Drummond, the sophomore, not out on the field. So now a 2nd and 9. Snap, another run, and well played there by the Knights defense.
And that's that real good penetration that we've been seeing most of the night from Sterling against this running game of Maple Shade. We're not allowing them to get upfield.
Another 3rd and 9. And the Wildcats have had solid numbers on 3rd down. They've converted a number of times on 3rd down. 3rd and 9, a long one. And quarterback going to keep it, and he slides. Garwood on the carry for a minimal gain. It'll bring up a 4th and long.
Yeah, but a pretty good read there from Garwood to get to the outside and get a couple yards on that play, bringing up a shorter 4th down. And this is 4-down territory, so they're going to go for it here, I think.
Yeah, it's like at this point, what the heck, right?
Yeah.
Running clock, 1:40 left in 3rd quarter. Nothing to lose.
So a 4th and 6 with 1:30 remaining in this 3rd quarter. And it actually looks like they're going to punt this one away. Solid punt that rolls out of bounds around the 22-yard line.
Yeah, and their punter tonight has looked really good. If there is one bright spot on this on this Maple Shade team, if there's one thing to build on, it's been their special teams, especially the punter, who's looked phenomenal.
That's right.
Take a look at some of the student section, the super fans that have come out here tonight to witness what has been a commanding 3 quarters of Sterling football.
And kudos to the super fans coming out here. You know, obviously a team that's really struggled, but these super fans still come out and support them. Obviously, you know, you saw the super fans in rare form on Saturday night when the girls beat Eastern to win the Coaches Cup. And don't think that you know, what you guys were able to do as super fans didn't have an impact on what went on in that game.
Yeah, and the girls said it themselves. The super fans had a huge impact on that game, especially when Eastern had corner kicks.
Yeah.
But that's going to do it for the third quarter here, as we'll be right back with 4th quarter action right after this.
The Knights 44, the Wildcats 0.
And welcome back to Sterling Channel 19. One more quarter of action remains as the Knights lead at 44-0 over the Maple Shade Wildcats. A great look at the Philadelphia skyline as the Sixers are underway tonight. They are in Milwaukee. I believe the Flyers are currently playing at Wells Fargo.
Flyers starting off, what, 3-1?
3-1, something like that.
Yeah, good start.
For a rebuilding team, that's a very good start.
Yep.
I mean, I hate that the Flyers are 3-1, but
You are a Penguins fan, correct?
yeah.
And a big run here as we get back to the gridiron. Nice move by Jaden Ollie Ward. He's still on his feet.
Yeah, and he almost got tackled for a loss about 10 yards behind the line of scrimmage. But he was able to pick the ball up and make a great play.
And Jaden Ollie Ward's one of those younger guys, a sophomore, who looks to be a big part of Sterling's future. And again, we talked about them, just keeping all these guys on board here from this year, and maybe even, the coaches will have a year to go through the school and bring some more kids out. Just get the numbers up.
And it looks like we've got a change at quarterback. They're letting Nate Schwartz take some of the reps at quarterback now. He takes the snap, going to hand this one off to Ollie Ward, and Ollie Ward is met in the backfield and taken down for a loss.
And of course, you're going to get some new group of freshmen coming in. So, and we talk about how obviously the schedule is going to change. You're going to get some easier teams. You're trying to develop a culture here, but you look at all these teams that have success, and they only go as far as their feeder programs. And I think that's true for most sports. And Sterling's trying to build that too.
Yeah, and sorry there.
Have the coaches at the high school level work in conjunction with the youth coaches.
And a good thing about having those feeder programs is when they come to high school, they're playing with their teammates from middle school. So you already have that team chemistry built, and that really helps out. That really helps playing as a team, playing for each other, and it's important. It's great to see.
Kevin Woodruff is met in his tracks and brought back for a loss, and Maple Shade with a good defensive play right there.
Not only that, in the youth program, usually, again, we talk about the high school coaches coordinating things with the youth coaches. They'll run the same offense. They'll run the same defensive set. So when the kids get to the high school level, it's muscle memory. They're just out there reacting. They know what to do. They know where to be.
So it's going to bring up a 3rd and 15. Clock still running, 9:10 left in this fourth quarter. Excuse me, a 3rd and 23 now. Schwartz takes the snap. He hands it off to Woodruff. Woodruff is brought down. Nice pressure there from Aaron Robertson. The defensive lineman got to him first.
4th down.
Good job by Robertson shedding the block and getting in for a good tackle there. Holds it at a tackle for loss there.
Sterling punting for one of the few times. That's Nate Schwartz punting.
Just taking reps at quarterback, and now he's going to punt this one away for the Knights. Schwartz comes up for the snap, punts this one away, and it's fielded around the 45-yard line, still on his feet now at the far side of the field. He's at the 30, and a good return there for Maple Shade. And we're going to take a look here at the trivia question. How did we get the name Sterling High School?
Oh, man.
I'm feeling pretty good about this one, but I'll let you guys guess.
I have an idea, and it is so out there that I want Schulz to go first.
Yeah. I think maybe our first principal's last name was Sterling.
That's a very good
Decent
guess.
guess. Hey, If you're just taking a shot in the dark, that's not a bad
I
idea.
believe that there is a company named Sterling that makes toilets, and I don't know if there's any correlation, but that's going to be my guess.
That's your guess. It's the telephone area code, I believe. Sterling was the area code. When you look on the telephone, it was the Sterling was our area code. Or extension.
There it is.
Wow. I only know that because I heard it before. Yeah.
That's impressive, Schultz.
There's no way anybody would guess that unless they knew it. So. Well, that's why I had to come back, because I didn't even have a guess on the middle one. I had no guess. I got the first and last one.
I was so out there as we take a look at the run from Fennel Drummond. And the ball came out there towards the end.
So 3rd and 3 here for Maple Shade.
It looks like Maple Shade also has a different looking quarterback. It's Mason Simon who was getting reps at running back. And a strong run there for Justice Fennel Drummond to get the first down. So a 1st and goal here for Maple Shade. They're knocking on the door of scoring their first points, and a bad snap, and it's just going to be fallen on by Simon.
Then
So
again,
I may have put the good old announcer's jinx on him on that play.
Yeah,
My
and
apologies
again,
to
you
anyone
see-
watching from Maple
see
Shade.
a young team in Maple Shade just making mistakes that a young team makes, and there's still a lot to build on for this Maple Shade team, but they're still a young team, so expect them to be a lot better next year.
I believe, Strauss, you mentioned they only have 6 seniors currently on the roster. Obviously an up-and-coming program.
A lot like the Sterling program as well, so two rebuilding programs.
Simon takes the snap. He's going to keep this one himself. Running towards the near side of the field, and a nice tackle there by number 16, Briley Sharp.
And you look on the far side. I mean, one thing Sterling has over Maple Shade, they have a few more numbers. I mean, you might have in the 30s for your program. Maple Shade, I think, only looks like they only dressed 23, 24 players. So makes it tough when you don't have the numbers. And again, it's your first thing in redirecting the program and getting it back in the right direction. You've got to maximize what you have in the school, get everybody coming out, has the ability to play.
Clock is still running. It's a 3rd and goal.
So 3rd and very long goal here.
Simon takes the snap. Play action, fires over the middle of the field. It's tipped. And it looks like it fell incomplete to the turf.
Well, I'll tell you what, I feel good that you guys got to see a winning game tonight, because I know it's been a tough year, and obviously on the field for Sterling football. And, man, it's not easy announcing blowouts, but you guys have done an incredible job, just an incredible job. And I'm saying it. I know a lot of other people have said it. You know, hands down, you know, I can't imagine a better broadcast crew of all kids doing it. And obviously, Mr. Strauss and I have stepped aside because we want this type of involvement. And the job you guys have done in the 4 years you've been here has just been outstanding. And, you know, it's just a great thing to see. It's great to hear people in the community talk about the job you guys have done. And you've gotten better with each game. And again, you're in a tough situation. You're announcing blowouts. That's the toughest thing to do as an announcer. You guys did a great job pulling that off.
Thank you, Schulz. I really appreciate that.
It means a lot coming from you, Mr. Schulz.
No, I mean it's really proud of you guys.
Thank you. So for Jake and I, this will be our last football broadcast as students.
Which is very sad to think about. It all kind of came by so fast. I started in my freshman year. I did football in my sophomore year, and the team was pretty competitive that year. And then last year was a rebuilding season. This year was a rebuilding season under first-year head coach Desmond Wiggins. But he'll notch win number 2 here for his campaign. And I think that the most impressive thing about this Sterling season was how they progressed each and every week. They did a great job they came out and got the win against Lindenwold, and then obviously when you looked at their schedule, they knew they had a tough schedule coming. They had to go out and play Seneca, go out and play Camden, and there he is on our screen, Coach Wiggins. They had a tough schedule, and they had to go out and try and compete against some of these teams, and then you saw the pieces starting to come together. You saw them work a little bit better on offense, understand the playbook a little more. You saw them understand defensively, as we talked about in coaches' shows, their main problem, he said, defensively was filling gaps with linebackers. They've done a great job of doing that as Sterling is kneeing this one out and will be victorious 44-0. And so they'll end off their season on a high note with a monster win over the Maple Shade Wildcats. What a win on all cylinders for the Sterling Knights as the Gatorade comes for Coach Wiggins. Win number 2 for him. And the clock has now officially hit zeros. Sterling wins this one 44-0 to end their season. What a big win, and what a happy high note for the Knights.
Yeah, we felt good for the kids, and right there you got to feel good for Coach Wiggins too.
So yeah, just a great win there for Coach Wiggins, and you really can't ask for a better end to a great season, or to a rebuilding season for the Knights. And it's great to see how much the team came together.
And you see our drone view. That's another thing that came of this year, is getting the drone on the into the lineup here as we look at Coach Wiggins right there. And a good job really just keeping, in a tough year, all these kids on board. And that's, I think, the advantage of having the coach in the school. Obviously, Coach Wiggins is also the wrestling coach.
Yeah.
We always talk about how those two sports really go hand in hand. So, just really feel good about them getting this win, and hopefully that's going to lead to bigger and better things.
And a lot of these players are also wrestlers. As you take a look, our next TV game will be 2 days from now, Saturday, October 28th. Boys soccer at Cedar Creek, second round of the Group 2 playoffs, live on youtube.com/SterlingTV19. Early morning kickoff, 11 a.m. We hope to see you then. As take a look. And then the next home TV game will be Monday, October 30th. Girls soccer versus either number 8 West Effort or number 9 Collingswood. That has not been decided yet. But that will also be live on youtube.com/SterlingTV19. 2 p.m. kickoff, so during the school day, we hope to see you then as well. And we're going to take a break and be right back to you with Jake for the postgame.
you such a loser? Why am I such a loser? No, I'm not a loser. I'm cool. Many people think I am too.
And we are back. Sterling has won it 44-0. Great win for Sterling tonight. And I'm joined here in the booth by Kevin Schulz and Lamar Miller. Lamar Price, I'm so sorry.
Oh, good.
Let me know what you guys thought about that game.
If I can speak first. First off, Sterling really just made all the big plays. They came out.
You guys played on all cylinders to the highest degree. What went right for you guys in this game?
I think everybody came out ready to play. You know what I mean? We talked about the energy from Tuesday night. Everybody brought that energy. I think they were looking at, too, as well, a team that we know was comparable to our level of what we played. You know, most of the teams we played all year, all like playoff teams. And so guys were excited. They're ready to play. And, you know, they went and showed out tonight.
And then the rushing attack for you guys was tremendous tonight. Talk about how much that elevated your offensive performance.
Absolutely. I mean, when you're able to block up front, man, that makes a difference all the way around, man. You know what I mean? So we were excited about how guys were hitting what they were supposed to do, you know, listening to the commands and staying on point. So it was a great night. Great night.
And then last question for you, Coach. You guys had a couple defensive touchdowns. What does that mean for you to score not only on the offensive side of the ball, but on the defensive side of the ball as well?
Absolutely. Well, I'm excited. Both guys who scored tonight is a sophomore, Josh, and Amir is a freshman. So it just tells you really, it got me excited because it tells us the future of our program, what these guys can do, what they're capable of doing, and I'm excited for our future, absolutely.
Great to catch you after a win, Coach. Congratulations on number 2.
Thank you, man. Thanks, man. Appreciate you.
And now we're going to take quarterback Jathan Chandler. Jathan, 3 rushing touchdowns for you tonight on the ground. What was working for you to find the end zone so much?
I mean, I got that vision, so when I saw green grass, I just went. And, yeah, my blockers they started clicking, and I just saw green grass, and I just started turning up.
And you had a very clean pocket on that throw down to Marquise for the touchdown. Talk about showing off a little bit of arm strength and airing it out down the field.
Just a little bit. Yeah, I mean, I just threw it up there. I trust Marquise. He went and got it, and after that, I was just like, I was hyped. I didn't know I was that strong for a second. I ain't gonna lie.
And then last question for you here, Jathan. Last game of the season, what does it mean for you to come out and get a win here? Such a commanding win against Maple Shade.
It feels good. I mean, to go out with a win, start a new chapter in my life and another one. It just felt really good. Hopefully I'll move up to the next level and get more wins like that.
Thank you, Jathan. Tremendous game tonight. And now we're going to have Marquise Holloway come join us here on the post-game show. Marquise, a lot of athletic catches for you tonight on the 2-point conversion and obviously the one down the field for a touchdown. Talk about your ability to make some of those athletic catches down the field.
Yeah, I trained for this in practices, so we've done this a lot. And me and Jathan have some type of connection, so he's able to find me and I'm able to go up there and get the ball.
Yeah, that connection really showed, and you guys were not only dominant on the offensive side of the ball, but on the defensive side of the ball as well. Talk about how you guys played on all three levels very well to get a commanding win over Maple Shade.
Yeah, we practiced a lot, and we're working on unity and knowing what we had to do. So I think we were just like in sync on defensive end. So it really showed tonight in our defense. Yeah.
And then last game of your senior year has to feel out going with a win. Talk about what that means for you to end your career off here as a Sterling Knight with a win.
Yeah, it feels really good because we had a long season, as you guys can tell, and I'm just proud of all my seniors and all the underclassmen that like stuck it with us throughout the whole season, and it was just amazing to come out with a dub.
Thank you, Marquise. Great game tonight. We're going to send it back up to the guys in the booth.
And that'll do it for us here tonight. Sterling on top, 44-0, and just a great game overall. Our next TV game will be Saturday, October 28th. Boys Soccer Playoffs at Cedar Creek, live on Sterling TV 19's YouTube, 11 a.m. kickoff. We'll see you Saturday morning. Well, and then our next home TV game, October 30th, Monday, girls soccer versus either number 8 West Effort or number 9 Collingswood. That's live on YouTube.com, TV 19, 2 o'clock kickoff. That'll do it for us here in the booth. From me, Connor Strauss, Kevin Schultz, Jay Clark, everyone that helped out tonight. Have a great night, and one last time for football, go Knights.